Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Mr.Clean as always, and today we're here to talk about After the Fall. We're going to be doing a full review of the game as well as a beginner's guide. If you're interested in just a review or just a beginner's guide, there will be timestamps down below or on the hotbar, so basically click there and you can go straight to the bit that you're most interested in. Other than that, let's roll intro. Now, as of recording this video, I have put around 12 hours-ish, 11-12 hours into the Quest version of the game and about 5 to 7 hours worth of time in the PC version of this game. Yeah, that's right, I've spent more time on my Quest than my PC. Go figure. Now, I have to say, initially, off the back of this, I'm mad impressed with this game. It's actually blown my socks off with how much I've enjoyed this game. Not only how much I've enjoyed this game, but how much time I've spent socializing in this game and just enjoying that aspect of this. It's just such a good thing to be able to do in VR. There's not enough multiplayer experiences at the moment that aren't just straight sort of like combat shooter type situations, so it really adds a lot of value to me to get into a game like this and just have a lot of fun with your friends and make new friends along the way, and I feel like I've done that in this game. I've made some incredible good friends now off the back of doing this, and that's such a cool thing. You know, what more can you ask for out of a social experience in a game than making buds, getting in, kicking some butt, and just having a good time all around with the whole thing. So what is After the Fall? After the Fall is a 4-person co-op game. You can play it on your own, you can totally do it on solo, but I think we should really be pushing for this being the multiplayer game that it really is, because that is where the most fun is to be had in this game. So you go in as your co-op team and you go up against the Snowbreed, which is essentially like an ice zombie, I guess. There's also various different types of bosses that you can come across, like a big juggernaut dude to explode. No, sorry, not big juggernauts dude to explode. That's a lie. You got the big tubby dude to explode, you got the juggernauts, so like the big brute dudes, and then you've got like the really big smasher guys, and they're gnarly. They're gnarly. They're like your final boss dude that you come up against. And yeah, so that's pretty much the game in a nutshell. Go through, explore, destroy, kill everything in sight, destroy the bosses, and get out the other side whilst doing a harvest at the same time. Doing a harvest really just means collecting stuff as you kill them to get the monetary value. Earning that money. Now, in the game, there is currently 5 different levels that you can go into to fight the Snowbreed and do your thing. The 5 main story missions that are in it currently. Now, I know a lot of people have been kind of put off by there only being 5 missions, but honestly, it's not that bad of a number when you really get into it. When you start playing this and exploring it and getting into the game, you'll realise pretty quickly that 5 missions isn't so bad to begin with. Also, working your way through the different difficulty levels really adds value to each of the levels, because it's like a whole different thing. When you have like 50 billion times more Snowbreed coming at you, the level doesn't feel the same anymore. So I really do say that that is the key thing here. Playing through solo, maybe to get your feet on the ground and understand the game, isn't a bad shout. Going through it like that, you'll experience it in one way. Going through it with 3 other people, man, it really adds a big deal to this game, and it's where its most value is at, in my opinion. I know I keep expressing that same point, but it really is one that I feel strongly about. Getting in with other people is where the key fun really begins, and in doing so, it kind of keeps the game really fresh, and I didn't feel bored. Even though I've spent that many hours going through it, I haven't felt bored in a level ever so far. It's non-stop action, it's super cool fun. Not to mention, they are dropping some free content pretty soon, which I do believe is going to be a couple of maps and also some new PvP maps as well. We haven't even touched upon the PvP yet, but we'll get to that part of it. But yeah, there is more coming, free content very soon, so look forward to that. It's going to add to those additional 5 maps and give us a few more, plus there is definitely room for them to expand upon over the next year with DLCs and stuff like that, which I believe are going to be paid for after the first set of like free stuff that they're going to give us. Honestly, I think it's going to be money well spent, because the amount of hours I'm going to get out of this, to me, it's like a no-brainer. I enjoy the game, it's good fun. I don't mind paying a little bit extra towards developers, because it means that they're going to continue to support this game for even longer. So now, as I touched upon just a minute ago, there is a PvP mode in this, which is 4 versus 4. You go into 2 different maps, I believe, that they've got in circulation at the moment. Both maps, really bloody good fun. It's such a fun way to round off your night. So if you're with your 4 mates, you've done a couple of runs, and you want to sort of wind down a little bit and just have a laugh, going into some PvP really is a cool way to end it. I've done that a good few times now, going into sessions which just end on a PvP run, and it's just so much fun. Get in there, shoot you know, shoot the shizzle out of your friends and have a good laugh while doing it, and it's really fun mode. I think they could do with growing on it a little bit, because at the moment you currently don't get anything for being victorious in it. I personally kind of feel like maybe rewarding you with the floppy disks, which are like your unlocks for your guns and stuff like that, or weapon skins, or maybe even like a monetary value so that you'd actually earn some harvest out of it. I think doing that in PvP mode would encourage people to play it more, because although it's a very fun mode, not having a reward for being good at it kind of feels like a bit of a kick in the butt. So I really would like them to see that be implemented into the game and give us something back for it, because I feel like we do need to get some sort of reward for being good in PvP, and also it'll give people more a reason to get in there and play it, adding more time in the game and adding more value to the game. So if I wanted to pick out some pros in this, I've got to say personally the pros are the fact that you can play with someone on PlayStation, Quest and PC. There's no boundaries, there's no borders, we're not held up by what you own as your hardware. You can just get in and have some fun. And I've spoken to players now on Quest, being a Quest owner and player myself. I've spoken to people on PC, being a PC VR headset owner and PC player, and I've spoken to people on PlayStation. I haven't actually personally played it on PlayStation, but people I've spoke to seem very happy after the day one patch. Everyone seems pretty happy now. So really, it seems across the board that everyone is chuffed with the game, that's got into the game and are really enjoying it. So yeah, I gotta say, all in all, my overall opinion, like, that is the biggest pro in this, the fact that and I want it to become a new normal going forward with online games. My god, please let this become the new normal. Just cross-play. It's so much fun. It's so much better. It means the lobbies are going to be busier for longer. It means that there's going to be more people around just getting involved in playing a game. Therefore, the game's going to have a better shelf life and it's going to last for a lot longer. So yeah, please make that the new normal, all developers that make multiplayer in their games. Other pros, I feel like the shooting mechanics in this game are pretty damn solid. They're really fun. It's very rewarding, like actually loading your guns and doing all that sort of stuff. It feels good, it feels rewarding, and it feels like when you're nailing a shot, you feel like you're nailing that shot. So that side of things, I feel like they've done really, really well. The enemy types I really like. I would like a little bit more variation if I could, but honestly, what we've got in there currently, I feel like there's quite a good variation, and it doesn't get boring. They're not easy, so definitely I like that side of things. Another pro for me is the level designs. The level designs are pretty damn solid, to be honest with you, for what they've given us so far. I've enjoyed all of it. Yeah, no complaints when it comes to level design. They did a really bang up job of that. Negatives for me, I don't particularly have many to speak about at the moment. Obviously, there are some, like the glaring things that people have been talking about, the fact that the Quest doesn't have the flashlight or the lighting. It is a bit of a restriction. It doesn't massively affect your gameplay, if I'm completely honest with you. It doesn't really affect your gameplay at all. Some people have been saying, does it put you at disadvantage in PvP? I've been playing PvP against PC players, and has it put me at disadvantage? No, I've come out nearly on top every single time, so I don't think it has put me at a massive disadvantage. Would it be nice? Absolutely. Of course, I would love to have the flashlights on the guns and stuff like that. It would really make a difference, and I would actually really like that. But I don't know, it's coming later down the line. They've said they're going to do their best to get it working. I think personally it's kind of a godsend it's even working on a Quest to the quality level that it is. So if it's your only means of playing the game, you're definitely not really losing out on much. Everything that is at its core that makes the game good is still there. All of the gameplay that makes the game good is still there, and it still feels super involved. The only real differences are the fact that the enemies disappear quicker, and the fact that the lighting. That's pretty much the only real differences between that and obviously the graphics. But you know, you're running on a Quest. What do you expect? I don't have a lot of negative to say about this game. I think I've had such a positive and fun experience the entirety of the way through this that it's kind of hard to rag on a game, because all in all, it's pretty much a great game. It might be one of the better games that I've played this year, for the fact of replayability and the sort of the non-stop fun that I've had throughout the journey of playing it. It's very hard to pick a hole in it. I mean, all in all, I would give this, if I'm going to score the game, I'd give it probably an 8 out of 10. I think it's a pretty solid 8 out of 10, and I think that's kind of fair to the game. I was kind of riding on about a 7, and when I've discussed it with other people, I've been always sort of sat around, I guess, a 7. But I just think, like, the more I play it, the more I realise how much I want to play more, and it's got to that point now where I'm not recording it, I'm not doing anything else, I'm just getting in there for fun, and I'm just kicking it in the game with some friends, and I just can't complain about that. So for me, yeah, I'm going to leave it at about an 8. I think that's a fair rating for the entirety of the game. Do I think you should pick this up? Absolutely. Go and pick this game up. It's so much fun. Just get it in your life. Get involved in this game. And pick it up no matter what platform you're on. It's the beauty of it. And then go play with friends no matter what platform they're on. So really, you can't go wrong with it. Right, this is the beginner's guide section of the video. Guys, welcome to the hub. This is where you're gonna do your business, meet up with your friends, and then get into a mission. We'll get into the mission setting up side of things in a second. When you get in here, you're going to want to do one of two things. You're either going to want to be setting up your mission, or you're going to be wanting to go and sort your guns out. Also, we have Luna over here. After you complete your mission, you want to go speak to her. She's going to teach you some bits and bobs, tell you some stuff. Just past Luna, we have the gun room. This is where you're going to go and basically do a little bit of practice shooting, mod out your weapons, change things up, and adjust stuff as you want. Now, we have this to start with, which is where you can store your weapons. Now, I made the categorical error of walking around with guns that I didn't want on me like a schmuck, like, oh my god, I don't want to lose this gun, so I kept it on me the whole time, not realizing this was here. So definitely tip number one. Number tip, we'll go with that. There is a gun rack here, you can store your weapons on it. This is showing you pretty much every gun that is in the game. So down here we have got the MT47, we've got the assault carbine, we have the SMG, the pump shotgun, the Deagle, which is the Arizona Falcon in this, and the service pistol, which is what you get given for free when you start. Going into this menu, if you have no guns on your little adjustment thing over here, then you can just pick what you want to buy. Your money's up here, pick it. You can buy it down below. You can also mod it out, but we'll show you the modding in just a second. So to mod a gun out, let's grab us a little shotgun to do this with. You mount it on top of here. You have the little de-welding tool, which is pretty damn cool, and you could just de-weld everything off of this gun if you don't want these things. Excuse me, I don't want the tape on there apparently. I don't want the barrel on there, no sir. Number counter, that's not for me. Only joking. But then to re-put things back on, literally pick them up, pop them on, and they just snap straight in if you can do it. There you go. And now you have yourself a genuine shotgun that's been modded out. The other thing you do is whenever you put a weapon on here, pick up your gun and it will take you into the customization of that weapon. So you can go to your barrels, pick your barrels, buy them with your harvest money, and everything is good. Going through all the different bits does pimp your gun out, does increase its stability and so on, and each one of these things will tell you what it does as you go in there. And to unlock these, you must find the floppy disks. We're going to go into that in a minute, but you find the floppy disks, then you get unlocked, so on and so forth, and it's a good time. You also have your weapon customizational skins. You get these by unlocking different things, so kill 250 Snowbreed with this particular weapon, I can unlock that one, yada yada yada, and we go on, so on and so on. So that pretty much covers all of the weapons customization. Each of them has their own bits and bobs that you're going to want to use on them, and you're going to want to customize to your own needs of what you care about. Personally, I absolutely love a pair of pistols. A couple of Deagles is really my absolute winning one. So the Arizona Falcon, that's probably the most used gun that I personally have. So yeah, it's a bitchin' gun. Look at that. Now, while we're in here, we'll go over reloading as well. You can either use manual reload or you can use like a slam reload. I'll talk you through what either of those things are. So a manual reload, you'll kick out your magazine by hitting A on the controller, grabbing one off of your chest, slotting it in, and cocking it if you need to. If you still have a bullet in the chamber, then you won't need it. But if we spend the bullets like now until she's empty, you're going to need to. So you kick out the mag, slam the new one in, cock it, you're good to go. The other firing option that you do have, go into gameplay in your settings, you can go advanced, or you can go quick. If we go quick, then when you kick out a mag, you just slam it to your chest, it reloads it instantly, there's none of the messing around. The bonus is, if you use manual reloads in this, you get more harvest, so you earn more out of your run for doing it manually. It's like a payoff thing. So I would say in the earlier levels, you're better off using manual reload and getting used to it. When things start getting hairy and you start going up into the more sort of advanced levels in this game, yeah, sometimes thinking about reloading isn't the most practical thing. It can get kind of scary, so you do want to just slam reload, and then you can have two guns on the go, and you know, slam, they're reloaded, I'm ready to go again. Now, if you want to get in here and you want to get in with some friends, you go straight into the harvest run, and you guys can pull yourself into a game, pick the level you want. Now, make sure if you only want this level that you unpick this other level, because you can select all of them, and then you can go into like a run that will take you through the entire lot of them, or you can unselect them and do a specific one at a time. Now, I know a lot of people have been sort of pooping on the fact that there's only 5 levels at the moment. Don't worry, to start with, they already have announced that they're bringing out some free DLC that is going to come in before the end of the year, so be hyped about that. And on top of that, there's hopefully going to be plenty more DLC coming in the future for probably a small price, but I'm not too fussed about that personally. I think it's pretty exciting. So when you go on Survivor, you'll see the different list of things. You'll keep your stuff, which is quite important. If you go down into Nightmare mode, you will lose your loadout, so make sure anything you take in there with you is expendable, because it costs money and you will, you know, therefore be sad. I don't want to join your party right now, bro. I'm a popular guy, okay? Then we have the other things like the Mastery 1 Veteran. These 3 levels pretty much step it up to a point where it gets serious. Survivor and Veteran, they're fine. They're very acceptable levels to do with a good team of 4. Master, you really do step it up and you really feel the severity of the situation, and Nightmare is an absolute freaking joke. Okay, it's hard. I look forward to working my way to be able to do a Nightmare mode, but right now, it's a bloody joke. It's so damn hard. Also, a nice little tip as well in here is if you want to go in by yourself with just some AI, set up a private match. Then you want to go into your harvest run, nice and easy. Excuse me, sir, I'm not playing right now. Shush. And you can pick your level that you want. Pick your how hard you want it to be, confirm, and you'll go into a level by yourself. As you'll see, it will say you're going with AI, and then you just hit start now. So that's pretty much covering all of the main things that you need to know to get going in this. Your weapons, your weapon customization, the fact that Luna's over there, the weapons are here, and how to get a run going. Now we're going to pop over just to a run quickly so I can take you through a couple of basic bits in there. So this is Skid Row, and this is where we start a run in Skid Row. When you begin in here, you'll be greeted by some more arcade machines. Here you can buy your pipe bombs, your device charge, which is the one that goes with your wrist rocket. I'll talk you through that in a second, and a juice booster. Juice boosters are very useful because they either give you your health back, or you can revive a friend if they are fully downed. It gives you the ability to do that. Pipe bombs, self-explanatory. They go boom boom, things go dead dead, and of course the wrist rocket one I've just explained about as well. Another little tip is with the guns. Now when you're holding a gun, you don't have to use the grip button. You don't have to hold it down. Once you've got it in your hand, you've got it in your hand, so you don't need to worry about that. If you want to switch hands, hold down the grip button on the hand that you want to switch from to, grip button on the other hand, and it'll switch between. So hold down, other button, little grip, boom, you've got it nice and easy. Now as I said, you don't want to be holding that grip button down the entire time, because if you want to cup your other gun, then you use the grip button on the other hand, your off hand, and then you can steady your shooting of your gun, and trust me, it makes an insanely huge difference in this game. You absolutely want to be sort of double handing your guns, because it adds that stability to when you're shooting. So if you see me shooting now, see how quickly you reset back to the position. If I don't have it, it doesn't. It's a nightmare. Now, we are on the Quest 2, which I think I've probably made clear anyway, but we're on the Quest 2, so this is the Quest 2 graphics. This here is an ammo chest. If you shoot the lock or you hit the lock, you will receive ammo and you will chungus up your ammo again and be good. This is Snowbreed. Hello, Snowbreed. You, my friends, are dying. Good night. Obviously, aiming for the head is going to increase your accuracy and also give you a better score when you're finished. So, always go for the head. You have these little pods on the floor. If you shoot them, they do damage to the environment, but they can also damage you as well, which can be kind of gnarly. But they are super useful in like a stressful situation. You can shoot one of those, blow off a bunch of these dudes' faces, and call it a freaking day. The other thing is you've got these purple crates. The purple ones rejuvenate. So if you're in a big battle and you shoot this to get your health, sorry, not your health, to get your ammo back, they will replenish after a bit. So don't worry, you can get those back. Again, those are one of the little seed pods. If you shoot those, if you miss, they do nothing. If you shoot them, kaboom town, they act like a little mini bomb and they blow up people. Life's good. So whilst in the game, make sure you do some looting. It's actually pretty important to the game. You can shoot the locks off these little chests here, open them up. You can get ammo from those. Again, you've got your ammo crates, which I'll demonstrate. You can also hit with your gun or your hand, and they open up crack-a-lack, real good, fun times. Definitely worth exploring around your positioning when you're in the game, because you'll find little dudes like this who are frozen guys, who have like service pistols, in this case a nice pipe bomb. We want a good pipe bomb because hey, why don't you want to explode things? I don't know why you wouldn't. Pipe bombs are useful because, well, self-explanatory. They make things disappear in a real fresh and nice way. Now, also while you're exploring, you're going to want to find these imported floppy disks. Now, you can store these in your wrist in the same way that you can store injections, and you can also... these are injectors. Stab them in, pull your trigger, injection, you're now healthed up in the same way that you can do with your friends as well. When you get to the end of a level, you'll get to an arcade machine not too dissimilar to this. You'll take out your little disc, slam it in, pick up the gun, and it will load in. This is pretty much covering all of the bases of everything you need to know whilst in the game. As you go through, you're going to figure things out as you go along, but this is like your beginner's guide to show you pretty much everything you need to know to get going. Tentacle, be gone, good sir. So anyway guys, I hope this has helped you out. If there's any other questions you have, I've put so much time into this game at this point, I am more than happy to help. I guess I'm just going to yeet my way out of here on a zipline. Thank you! Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that it has helped you out. There's one last tip that I'll give you, and that is actually shooting the rocket thing on your hands. I should have covered this in the beginner's guide, but I totally forgot. In order to shoot that, because I didn't know how to do it initially, you pull down your grip and then pull the trigger and release it, and you shoot out your little rockets, and boom boom boom, everything dies. That's the one thing I left out of the beginner's guide, so hopefully you've seen this bit of the video as well, because it will help you. But other than that guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope it has helped you. I hope you kind of agree with what I've said. If you have any valid points that you disagree on, let me know in the comments down below and we can have a healthy debate about the situation. Other than that guys, smash like if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new and you want to keep up to date with all the new reviews for Quest games, PC VR games, and some awesome gameplay to go alongside of everything. And yeah, that's what we do on this channel, baby. So subscribe, become a member of the kingdom, then you're cool. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Roll outro.